What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour, and today I bring you another special video, the Sunday stock watch list, where I give you all the A+ setups that I like this week, all the setups I don't like, the schedule for this week, whether, the Fed is speaking or not, and I let you know, all the hottest earnings that are reporting, even though we're really coming to an end of, the earnings season. So, before we go ahead and hit the get started with the video, make sure you hit that like button. I'll wait for you to do that. Subscribe. Comment down below what other videos you'd like to see on this channel. Comment down below what other stocks that I miss on my watch list. Maybe I'll add it to the next watch list or even talk about it on my Instagram. Another thing is I dropped a vlog for you guys. Remember I told you I was going to drop it Monday. I ended up dropping it Monday. It's a banger. It's definitely one of my best vlogs, if not my best vlog. And it was definitely an entertaining one. So, let's go ahead and start this video. The next big video you'll probably see on this channel is probably the watch collection video you guys have been waiting for. That'll probably be next Monday. We'll see how many likes we get. If we get 200 likes, maybe we'll talk about it. It'll probably be maybe next Monday, and then we'll go from there. But here's the schedule for this week. If it's slightly blurry, just make sure you go check out Trade Like Nour. Trade Like Nour is my trading page. I have 3 pages: Nour Trades, StockHours for my students, and then Trade Like Nour, where it's just strictly trading there. And it'll be a clear picture there. Obviously you have, the jobless claims on Thursdays. There's not anybody or anything big coming out this week. You do have Atlanta Fed business inflation expectations. Tuesday you do have CPI, but you don't have Powell speaking as far as I can see here. But this is definitely something you should keep on the side, save this picture. Next thing here is earnings. Like I said, it's coming to an end, but the only stock that I really recognize as a decent, trader after earnings or before earnings is Oracle. I've traded that before. Everything else here is like, especially for me. A lot of you might like some other stuff here, but I'm not really a fan. But let's go ahead and start this video. And the first thing I'm going to talk about, you guys already know, is last week's Sunday stock watch list. I give you guys bangers. Like, it's actually ridiculous, the amount of bangers that I give you. The first one I'm going to talk about is Tesla. Very simple. I talked about the breakout. Look at the breakout you guys got. All the way up to 764. Roku, I talked about the 330 break. We'll talk more about this. This ended up breaking to 325, but we'll talk about it. Now, Moderna is a banger. You know what I mean? I gave you guys like a 500% play on this one. Moderna. I said the 420 break. After that, it's going to be a banger here. We ended up pushing all the way up to 465. I'll talk about that more too. Snow was another one I gave you guys. 310 break. This ended up hitting 324. Netflix, I talked about the 598 break. We ended up hitting 615. Next thing was Snow. Snow, I talked about... Oh, we just talked about 310. I meant to type in UPST. UPST was another banger from last week. I talked about the 255 break. We ended up hitting a high of 294. Nvidia, we still haven't gotten it yet. That was from last week. I'm looking at this 230 break. Ooh, I need that. Docu, I didn't end up even really paying attention to this, but I talked about the 315 break. We never even got the 315 break. We ended up making a high of 314.70, but 315 was the important one. But last week was a whole bunch of crazy plays. So let's talk about this week. I'm going to keep it compact. We did have a sell-off this week, so whenever we have a sell-off, you notice that my watch list start getting smaller because things get a little, funky. Things get into some weird trading zones, weird demand zones, supply zones, and I don't want to be the first to, okay, this is it. I want to see how they consolidate, where they move from there. But these, I usually narrow it down when we have sell-offs and it messes up the market because the next day it'll be green and just messes it up even more. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Facebook. Facebook held up pretty well. Now, if I throw this on the 1 hour, you see what I'm looking at. The 1 hour, forget about this wedge, right? You got to forget about, well, you can have a wedge and a consolidation, but the consolidation is probably going to be the most important thing every single time. So as you guys can see, we have this consolidation. We have the top, we have the bottom. Now, even if I throw this on the 4 hour here, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Forget about the wedge. Now you have the 4 hour consolidation. This held up. This was still green on a Friday when we had the sell-off. We were up 69 cents, which really means nothing. But as you can see, we held up most of the day here. I'm looking at this 385 level. If we can break that, you guys can see how much room we have on this 4-hour channel or 4-hour trend. You can say this upper trend from the top here. We have room to 390, 393. Maybe not same day, but don't get it messed up. Facebook can move. And maybe it may not happen that same day, but within that week, we're looking at 393 if we can break that consolidation break, especially since it's taken so long. It's taken since August 30th, which is about 2 weeks when we start tomorrow. And it probably won't happen tomorrow. But Facebook's the big one here. The next one is Nvidia. Nvidia, like I said, the 230 break is looking hot for me. I love it. I like this area. The high is 230.43. I'm going to use 230. I think that's where we're going to catch that momentum, and then we'll snap back into this. The 4 hour is looking great. The 1 year is looking great on Nvidia. So we're consolidating. I like this for another play. I might get some long contracts on this because I know Nvidia, when it breaks out, you can see, look how long it takes before it slows down from 208 all the way to 230. That's a nice move, especially for a $200 stock. So definitely will be watching Nvidia. I might grab some long contracts when we get close or get to that 230 breaking. We're too far right now. I don't like getting into, people get into this consolidation and then they're like, yo, I'm going to grab calls here because they're so cheap. Yeah, I mean, it's cool if you're grabbing some light, but you can't really size in until, you're ready to go. But Moderna is the next one here. Moderna was one of the biggest trades I gave you guys last week. If you look at this on the, that was the what was that, the 1 year? If you look at this, the 4 hour, we're just creating a bull flag. It's healthy to have pullbacks, especially when the push was from 440 to 465. That's a $25 move, right? So we're getting a pullback here. The next move I'm going to be watching is 465. After that, you guys know how Moderna moves. This can easily see all-time highs, and then we'll be watching 500 from here. So Tesla. Oh, actually, I do want to talk about one thing on Moderna. I don't really like doing these because we just had this. But if you notice, on Friday, what do you guys notice right off the bat? We set a bottom at 448, and we kind of came back and retested it over here. The low was like 448.50, so it was like a 40-cent different, almost a double bottom on a Friday. Now, if I put this on the 5-day, it does look like we're creating some support here. Now, if we do end up slipping, right, this could be a nice scalp to the downside. It's not the big play, or anything like that, but it's something to keep in the back of your mind. That 448 level might be something to watch for an intraday play during the week if we do end up getting it. So I did want to bring that up. 465 to the upside, 448 to the downside. Tesla had a rough day Friday. I walked away too early. I really walked away too early. Friday, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just get up. It was like 11 a.m. I'm out of here. This ended up, look at this consolidation break. I would have been all over this, fam. Look at this. Consolidation. Now we start breaking through that 752 level. All right, whatever. We get to this 750. We consolidate for a nice amount, and boom, all the way down to 745. We can push up a little bit of 748. We bear flag right back down, and we hit a low of 734, and it closes at the low. I messed up walking away that early that day. Amazon here at 34.36. I will be watching this. I'm not really a fan of this stock. It's been moving a little weird lately, but as you can see, this used to be resistance. We bounced off it as support, so I am looking at 34.36. This is not, a 5-star 8+ setup on Amazon. It's just something to keep in the back of your mind. I might play it depending on the weakness of the market. It'll all matter when the market sentiment comes out, or market sentiment, what market sentiment shows me this week. So if Amazon can show me, or the market can show me some weakness and Amazon's following that, I will be watching 34.36 to the downside, and then obviously I'm looking at 3,400 right under it. Now, the next thing here is AMC. I actually had a 50% play on this, I believe, Friday. I caught the 49 break. Look how smooth this was Friday. I caught the 49 break Friday. We ended up pulling back pretty strong here. 49. No, I caught this break right here. The 50 break, excuse me. I caught the new high, 49.87. I got in right before the break. We ended up breaking right through 50, and then I ended up selling right above 51. Yeah, right here. This wick right here was me. Not me, but this is where I sold here. I sold at 9:47 a.m. Ended up pulling back. I thought I had a great sell, which I kind of did for a Friday. I don't want to catch this pullback. And then I end up pushing all the way up to 51.70. Was it worth holding that whole time? Yeah, maybe if I had next week contracts, but I had same day contracts. I took my 50% that I caught on that trade and walked away. Now, why do I bring it up? It's a meme stock. We ended up breaking a rising wedge here, and whatever channel. We were really getting rejected. We were never closing above 48. Look at all these wicks. They were never closing above 48. We ended up catching some momentum. Now, can we end up pushing higher here? Keep that on your watch. I'm not a fan of playing these meme stocks, but if it's going to give me an opportunity like Friday, let me catch that 50% play, and that'll be it. My next play here, I had a swing on this, had to get out early, but I had the right idea here. So let me put this on the 1 hour first. What was that? Oh, it's 3 p.m. All right, 1 hour. As you guys can see, we have this 325. We have this little downtrend going, but from the bottom side, it's the same thing as having an uptrend from the top side where you can make new highs, but you're going to bounce off of it or reject off of it. For this, you might make a new low here, but the rejection or the bounce might come at 321. Now, if you put this on the 4 hour, it looks like we have a whole lot of room. Now, if we get weakness this week, just like we did on Friday, I am all over Roku. This 325 level is going to be a very smooth one. Now, I'm going to have to debate whether I want to sell at that 321 level on the 1 hour or hold through that 320 level and see if we can get a quick run down to 302, 300 level. So, Roku's a big one. As you guys can see, we've retested the top once, twice. We almost retested it here, but we tested the bottom twice here. So this is a valid channel, valid wedge, you guys would like to say, because this will end up closing. As you guys can see, it's getting tight, but it'll be a while before it gets tight. I'm not really worried about the break of the wedge where it closes and we break to either side. I'm really worried about if we're going to get weakness in the market and then a breakthrough that 320 level. The break on Roku pays. I ended up catching a swing. It broke down to 325 and then it recovered pre-market. So I ended up selling for, negative 10% green. But the break, here, let me show you to you guys actually. Some news came out. We ended up breaking 325. I had the swing that night. I didn't have to, but I had the swing 334. Ended up pushing right here at open. I ended up selling for like negative 10 to 12% on that trade for the swing. But I had the right setup there. I guess it wasn't ready. Now, I think this is ready. As soon as we get this market weakness, this is going to be a nice one. But that's the Sunday stock watch list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys stay smart this week. Last week was a short week. This is, a regular week. Good luck this week. If you have any questions, comment down below. You could comment on my Instagram. It'll probably be better. You'll probably get a quicker response there. I'll see you guys. Peace.